On our way to the ski swap with the ski swap king himself. We're gonna be looking for some deals and just, I don't know, it's fun to go around the ski swap and look. Half the fun for me is just like looking around and seeing what's out there. But here with Zach, who is the undefeated, just king of finding good deals. How much did you pay for your K2 Mindbenders?
Like $300, $320.
$320 for new skis. Zach does not mess around with these deals. Here we are at the ski swap. There is a giant line out there. We're gonna be looking for skis. I'm looking specifically for a race ski, which I'm sure I'll find plenty of. I don't know if I really want them. You can usually find the 191 and 193s for super cheap because nobody really wants GS skis like that. And they've usually got nice bindings. I sometimes see them for $100, $150. Not sure how realistic that is, but if I see them, sure. Gonna see if I can find my daughter some powder skis. But overall, we're just gonna go into it. But always go into the ski swap knowing what you're looking for. I'm also gonna look for some AT boots for really cheap, but I'll probably just end up renting them. And Zach today is looking for some powder skis, so we're gonna see what we can find for him. Zach, what width are you looking for?
Above 114.
Above 114? Jesus, big boys.
Literally only gonna use it for powder.
West Coast people really do not tune their skis much. Wild. That's so much edge left on a race ski this old. What'd you find?
I found these QST Lumens for $530, and I just recommended them to my sister on like Evo or something for $320.
That's crazy, $200 cheaper. Dang. Here's a trend I don't miss, having directional tips. Like, God forbid you ski on them opposite or it gets hooked on a gate. What in the front to God is this? All right, we just got out of the ski swap. I gotta say, I wasn't very impressed by the ski swap. And this isn't the people that ran it, they did a great job. This has nothing to do with the shops that are helping with it. I did not see hardly any good deals, at least not for men's skis in the sizes I was looking at. So, I'm not sure why that is. My theory is that people are paying full price. People are buying their skis right around Christmas time when it's kind of top, or they're buying in January, February, and they're not getting super good deals. So when you pay full price, when you pay $600, $800, and you want to sell your skis used, you go, well, I paid $700 for my skis with bindings. $450, $500, that seems like a good deal. But if you look at it, some of those skis were cheaper online. Like Zach saw K2 Mindbenders that he got for cheaper this past summer, and these ones were heavily used.
The skis are still cheaper online right now.
Yeah, currently you had some ski boots that you tried on.
Like a lot of pairs of last year's Backlands that were still in the wrapper, and we just looked them up online right in front of it, and they were $200 more expensive here.
Yeah, or like they didn't adjust for the sizing. Like if you ski a 188 or a 193, not a lot of people can ski on that length, right? So you think that they'll be cheaper? No, they were still full price. They were same price as the 170s, 160s. It didn't seem to matter. Even on the other end, I was looking for my daughter for 140, 150 skis. The adult skis that are on that shorter range, they weren't discounted either. It didn't seem to matter. Unless the skis were really old, and I'm talking like 10, 15, 20 years old, there weren't a lot of deals. And honestly, skis have gotten so much better in the last 10 years that the value didn't really seem to be there. Spending $250 on 10-year-old skis still doesn't seem like a great value to me.
Yeah, I'd rather just spend an extra $100 or $200 and get pretty much new pair, but last year's version.
Yeah, and you tried on some boots, Zach. We thought you found a good deal, and then we looked it up, and like REI, one of the most expensive places you can go, had it for cheaper. REI, when REI has better deals, yeah, that's when you're in trouble.
It kind of felt like most of the items here were just the local shops trying to get rid of inventory.
Yeah.
And maybe not even trying that hard, because they're not really discounting stuff that much.
No.
So I feel like you could have just gone into any of their stores last weekend or next week when the ski swap's no longer on, and you can buy these things for the same price if you really wanted to.
Yeah, and the line was easily an hour. I don't know how long it actually was, but it wrapped around the entire auditorium.
Just kind of unfortunate of the ski swap is so many people are interested in it, and a lot of people are checking out with equipment, so like they are finding deals or at least things that look good to them. But I would much rather, if I'm gonna buy this same gear for the same price that the stores have them, just go into a store where I don't have to wait 30 minutes to to get in and an hour to check out.
Yeah, and some of them have like incentives. If you buy it from our store, we'll give you a discount on mounting the bindings, or we'll mount the bindings for free, whatever.
Or a free wax.
Yeah, and
or a couple of free waxes during the season.
And I like the ski swap because it helps our local race program. So like I like that it exists. It just doesn't seem to be full of deals like it used to. Especially clothes. Like I saw like a pretty healthy mixture of actual people's skis and the local shop skis, but for clothes it was probably 80 to 75% just ski shops last year's stuff.
Yeah.
And not at good prices. Like that used to be the best way for me as a kid to get ski jackets. I could get an old snowboard jacket for $50 and it'd be super warm. In there I didn't see anything really.
And maybe it's something to be said about how like the quality of new gear these days is that people are just hanging on to it longer because they like it more.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, there was no used Atomic Mavericks, only brand new ones still in wrapping. And we're like, does that mean they're not selling them so that people can't resell them? Or does that mean people don't want to resell them because they still like them?
Or both, maybe. Like they don't sell a lot and the people who do get on them really like them, maybe.
But I could definitely find some better deals. Like I found some brand new skis that were like $200 3 years ago here. And now any of the brand new still in wrapping skis are like $550 minimum.
Yeah.
They went up as high as like $850 for an Armada declivity.
You could pay that price and have them delivered to your front door. It's really not super competitive. When I was looking at boots, I was looking for a pair of touring boots because I literally need them for just a couple of times a year. So I was like, I don't even care if they don't feel good, if I could ski in them in a day. And I found nothing. I found no touring in my size. I found one pair, but they were pretty much full price. In fact, they were more expensive. They were $400, and I just got my new Atomic boots for $370. I'm glad the ski swap exists. It's clearly helping a lot of people. I mean, there's a giant line here.
There's gonna be a couple thousand people here, probably just today, and then tomorrow and Sunday also. Oh, there was good deals on race skis that you found.
Yeah, $150, $200. People really want to get rid of GS skis. There's a lot of good deals there.
Some of them weren't even that old. As long as you're not looking for like an all-mountain ski, maybe that's just the hot item.
But even like the powder skis you were looking for.
Yeah, unfortunately I think there's just not that many options at a ski swap for skis over 115 millimeters, or they're just like really weird options.
The other thing I did notice is there were better deals. I went through all of the sizes and I noticed, and I'm not sure why this happened, but there were a lot better deals on women's. Like when I looked in the 155 to 160, 170, there were some really good women's deals. It just seemed like they were priced to move rather than priced to try to turn a profit. And I'm not sure why that is. The other thing, I wish that ski swaps would do differently. I wish that there was a year. I wish all of the tags when you had the price had the year too, because it's hard to know. Like if you don't ski on Blizzard Brahmas every year, the Brahma is such an old ski. It's like this could be from 2010, this could be from 2020.
Or maybe the ski industry itself should start labeling their skis with the year.
Yeah.
Because even people have to bring in their skis and they have to know enough about their skis to write the year on the tag. And a lot of people, if they're bringing in 5 to 7 year old skis or more, they're not going to know what year it's from unless you do some research and Google image reverse searching.
That's what I do. I just type in Atomic green and then I go through the images, and if I find one similar, I go through that, because it's really hard to find really old skis. When I did my favorite skis of all time, it was so hard to find what year Blizzards I skied in. I was like, it's somewhere between 2010 and 2012, and even then it's hard. $200 for a 2018, probably a pretty good deal. $200 for a 2008, not so much. Yeah, why not put the year right in there?
I wish it was a bit more common to just like, here's all the measurements of your ski. But I guess that means, I like to get on the weeds of it, and I'm a bit more of an expert, and so I kind of know the technical side of skiing. So maybe it just doesn't matter that much for the average person who goes into a shop and sees random numbers on their ski.
That's kind of the vibe I get from this whole thing. For a lot of people, they're looking to walk home with skis, and they're not going to be too worried about if they missed out on $100 or not. And I don't blame them. Like, if I went in there with my kids, it's so overwhelming. I'd be like, just put something in the basket and let's get out of here.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Please.
I mean, could you imagine if you came here with the objective of like outfitting your family?
Entire family, top to bottom.
And then you get here and you realize it's like an hour line to check out and you already waited 40 minutes to come in.
Yeah.
and you're like looking at the prices and you're not super stoked, but are you just gonna leave?
No. Yeah, honey, I decided not to get anything. We're gonna go to the shop next weekend. What are you talking about? We've got a babysitter. We paid $20 to get everyone in here. Yeah. You know who should put the year on? Binding companies. If you're a lawyer watching, that seems like a hotbed of just litigation. You know?
Yeah, it's almost like an expiration date on food.
Yeah. Yeah, or at least like when people should take them to a shop to at least get them tested, because I saw some abominations of like binding ski combinations. I found a Volcal P60 with a Rosignol pivot, a true pivot, and I was like, wait, that's illegal. They like back in the day, Volcal only went with marker. They were really strict with it. And I was like, somebody cooked here. Somebody was messing around. Yeah, it seems like bindings would be really well suited to have the year on it. Just so you know, hey, it's been 5 years since these were mounted. Somebody should be looking at them. Somebody should be greasing them. Somebody should be doing something with this. And I do kind of think that if you were really like on your best behavior, you would be doing that every year, where you're retightening the binding, where you're relaxing the din. But let's be honest, I haven't done that for like 3 years or ever. So
yeah, I've never done that.
The reality is, yeah, people once the bindings go on, people aren't very careful with the stuff that they own, and they just kind of get thrown into the garage or in the shed. And it seems like it would be good to just put what year were these bindings made, what year were they put on the skis.
I think the manufacture date is a good idea.
Because a look pivot could be from 2004 or 2024. Yeah. And it would look the same, minus maybe some colors. Overall, I still like ski swaps. I'm glad they exist. I think it's a really good way for people to get rid of their stuff rather than just putting it in a landfill. For the overall sustainability, for the health of the sport, these things are really important. But as someone who grew up really relying on ski swaps to just have skis, I'm a little disappointed at the value of some of these. What's actually in the inventory is very much flooded with ski shops last year's stuff that they weren't able to move, and it's hard for a consumer to discern that, what's a good deal, what's not. And
it doesn't really seem like they discounted it that much.
No.
So it doesn't feel like they're really trying to get rid of stuff. It feels like they're trying to make money.
Yeah, recoup some costs.
Rather than it being like a thrift store.
Yeah, like why not discount it more? It's just gonna sit in your shop. You already have your new inventory in there.
Yeah, I mean, I know compared to their shop, they lose some money to the organization that puts on the ski swap for commission, but
yeah, it's like 5%, something like that.
It's 20%.
20%. Oh, dang. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, so I think it's kind of tough for some people to bring stuff that they're not super eager to get rid of for a low price, and then they're gonna take a 20% hit. So
does that just mean next week the stuff will be discounted 20% at the shop?
I know, that's what I'm it could, I mean, honestly, they could offer cheaper at their own shops because they're not paying that commission.
It's kind of the same thing that happened with thrift shops. It's like once people realize that there was some value, it seems like people are trying to capitalize on it more. Maybe it would be better with just more people bringing their stuff.
Maybe if shops had a cap on inventory, they could flood.
Yeah.
Because I think there's too much
Way
of it.
too much.
And honestly, I've worked at these for quite a few years, and a lot of that stuff, they just, I guess I don't see the numbers, but it still seems like a lot of their stuff is still left over at the end of it. So I don't know how much of it they're moving, and it just kind of floods the shelves.
Yeah, is it a really good value for them, losing 20% or whatever? If I was gonna fix it, I would think I would put a cap on that. And then I think too, if you're somebody who's bringing your skis to sell at the ski swap, just use it as an opportunity to basically donate the skis.
Clean out your closet for a little bit of extra spending money, but
yeah, like sell your skis for $200. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna recoup any of your costs really. This is more of a donation to your local program who's running it. And it's also an opportunity for some kid who doesn't have skis to actually take what you have in your closet and use it. If you can use your skis, keep them. I'm not your parent, I don't have to tell you what to do. But if you want your skis to move at a ski swap, I don't know, just write it off. Your skis are a fun toy. They're not an investment that you're gonna make money on later or recoup any losses on.
Unless you wanna like try and resell them on Facebook Marketplace or, do all that work yourself.
That's a lot of work for...
But people come here looking for deals when the skis are priced just a little bit lower than what they would be normally.
And they're used. Or they're demo skis.
Yeah, a lot of skis here have demo bindings, which is tough. I mean, for most normal people, that's fine. They can ski on demo bindings, but for advanced and experts, you don't really want to be on demo bindings.
I saw a pair of Stokeleys in there. I've talked about Stokely probably too much, but I saw a pair of Stokeleys in there for $1,300. That was outrageous to me. I've never seen $1,300 for a ski at a ski swap. It's fine, I get that they're expensive and that they don't do any sales on their site, But paying $1,300 for a ski swap ski seems crazy. It was still in the plastic, but it didn't have bindings or anything. I didn't see any of the value. I thought, for $1,300, can I just order these online from Stokely and get this year's? I gotta check the price, maybe they're a little bit more, but I saw zero value.
I don't think people are coming here either with the intent to drop $1,300
Yeah.
on a pair of skis.
Great point. Yeah. Who goes to the ski swap being like ready to drop a couple thousand on
Plus, if
all
you're
this
gonna
stuff?
do that, I mean, just get a brand new pair of some other ski that's below $1,000.
Yeah, if you've got pockets that deep, you're probably just ordering it online. You're not gonna wait in line for 2 hours to buy a $1,300 ski.
That's true. You can maybe send your butler.
Yeah.
I mean, we did get here like 2 hours late from opening, so there's still a lot of equipment in there.
Sure.
Maybe the really good deals got picked over immediately. I know that some people kind of run like, little Craigslist shops or Facebook Marketplace shops, and sometimes they come with a big shopping cart and they fill up their cart with everything that they think is underpriced that they can resell for more later. So that could have happened, but we were here pretty early. I don't think I've been here any earlier than 2 hours after open. So I don't think we missed any like really special deals.
So anyway, that's the end of the video. If you like this kind of content, please feel free to like and subscribe. It helps my channel out a lot. But as always, just thank you for watching. I really appreciate that. But anyway, I'll see you in the next one. See ya.